It's Joe Daddy. Friday. Who's in the house? Who's in the house? Yeah. Let me hear. Who's here? All right. Who's walking? Who's talking? Who's Joe Daddy? Hey, we're live. Anybody in the house? What's not reading? Let me check the settings, make sure they're accurate. There we are. Good. All right. Okay. Sabrina, how are you today? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, and you are early for you to arrive here. Good morning to you. Now, did I get it right? Is it Sabrina? I'm having a feeling I'm screwing up your name, and I don't want to do that. I'm trying to do too many things at once without an assistant. I'm going to get an intern, I'm told. We'll find out. Let's see now. How's your day? How are you doing? Life is good for you? I hope so. Yeah. Okay. So, since it's just you and me, let's get down to business. I'm glad you're good. Let's see, do I have the room set up properly? If this is spelled backwards, yes, beautiful. This is the right side of my face. Selena, God damn it, why do I mess that up? I'm writing it down here, big, look, I'm gonna make a note. Selena, why do I say Sabrina? It's Selena, like the, wasn't a musical artist? Selena. Salina. S-B. Selena Branch. Okay, I'm taping it right here on my, I'm taping it right on my deal, okay? Until I can commit you to memory. I know who you are. You know, it's just I keep messing up your name. Selena, my apologies, okay? My apologies, because I don't like to do that. See, if you're walking in here and say, hey, good morning, Joe, what's happening? I'd say, hey, Selena, what's going on today? What are you doing? Like I do with my intern, who is not really here. And in turn, she doesn't speak to me. So we're the only ones here. It's all good. You know, you're wonderful for that, and I have no apology. I'm just derelict in my duties, and I'm also derelict in cleaning my glasses. Okay. So big plans this weekend, or any plans this weekend? Wow. You know who's here usually? For this is interesting. I'm glad you're here. Oh, talking to your man about. I've been talking to my man. You've been talking to my man. I don't have a man. I've been talking to, you've been talking to your man. I've got to straighten these things out. It's early. It's Friday. The Cup is in the house. Good morning, Cup. Ah, that Kathy Jablonski is one stylish lady. I like the way she decorates her eyes. And of course, her face decorator is Carrie sometimes. I only lend suggestions. Ah, Selena, when is your birthday? Kathy, Selena's birthday is coming up. Kathy will act as an intern and write it down for me so I don't forget. I'm going to put it on your name, Selena, here. I once again, Kathy, called Selena Sabrina because I am just stupid. Okay. But I have it down, Selena. When's your birthday? Selena has a birthday coming up. Let me see if my latency is correct here. Oh, it must be. Pro, good morning to you. You just came in the back door. I just saw that. Came right in the back door there. Walked through the back door. You have a key. The 20th of December. Wow, 7 days away. Did you feel Angela and I had this discussion about her nephew whose birthday falls in Christmas week or close to Christmas, so she feels he might miss out along the way, as if his birthday was in July, it'd be a big deal. So what is your feeling about that, having grown up with your birthday in Christmas week? It's on a live day. Yes, it is. The 20th. What is today? It is Friday, am I right? Yes, okay. I know, I now look at the corner of the computer after screwing up the other day, but that was only because I was discombobulated because of my technician didn't arrive in time and they expected me to do it, and I had just arrived in limo. My driver was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "You got to get in there." I said, "They're taking care of it." I get in here and no one's here to do it. Pissed me off. Striper, give me a minute. I'm on AT&T customer service. Is that a part-time job, Striper? I don't think so. Good morning, Striper. Say hello to Selena. Her birthday is coming up on the 20th. Katie Lynn. Katie Lynn. I do. Yes, I do. I do these things for the betterment of no one, really, but I'm glad you have found us. Please say Katie Lynn is here, Kathy. Kathy the Cup Jablonski is a nutbuster, so you got to be careful with her. You have to stay within the limits. See, she has a little wrench there. That's what we call them. Our nutbusters are our moderators, because I have an entire staff. Oh yeah, I've got a staff. Okay. No, not a staph infection. Would you please sit down? You people. That's Katie Lynn. Katie Lynn is in the house, and Selena is in the house, and she has a birthday coming up on the 20th of December. I put it the wrong date. The 20th of December. Christmas week. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, it's Heather. We have people coming in I haven't seen in a while. Any of you first-timers dropping in, let us know. If you are lurking, don't be afraid. Put your toe in the water. Come on in. It's warm. And maybe where you are in this country of ours, or this world of ours, it's not quite as warm. Whoa, it's heating up over in the UK, though. We're going to wait for Claire to give us her take on the election, where I think her party lost out. And I think it is going to, I don't know what the hell it's going to do. It's not my purview. I mean, I can see it. And I don't wear that fragrance of perfume. Elizabeth, good morning, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, how do you feel about the election that took place in the UK? We want your in-depth opinion. They changed your schedule, Heather, and 2 days a week, going in the afternoon. Now I can join. Its high is 78, and San Antonio. I think I mentioned to you maybe before, I love San Antonio. When I was a traveling salesman, can you imagine that? I traveled and sold. When I sold my business, here's a little background information. When I sold my business in, let's see, what was it? A long time ago. We used to have independent contractors. In California, that was a no-no. So all of the delivery trucking people out there, we would go visit them and have big meetings to convince the ownership to drop the workers' comp and sign them as independent contractors. And we won court battles with that too. So it was a big savings for those people. One guy had a huge company in Oakland, California. Huge. And he had a $600,000 workers' comp bill because of truckers and people. You know, you pay more workers' comp if you're in more hazardous type of work. A secretary or an assistant, male, female, doesn't matter, works in an office it doesn't cost much at all to you. But if you are sending someone out to deliver packages, whoa, we're talking a lot. So anyway, it's $600,000 due, and this is some years ago. It's probably in the millions now. $600,000 due, like in 2 days. We shifted all his people over to independent contractors, and he didn't have to pay that bill. Can you imagine? Ouch. Okay, so that's a little bit about me and what I did when I sold my business and eventually started speaking to people that own businesses around the country, discussing their workers' comp issues, independent contractors. So that's what I did once. Okay. It's 35 degrees for Katie Lynn in Michigan. Wow. Well, Katie, as I often do, I'm not going to put it up because I could type it on there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to give you, notice how I said that, Kathy, I could put up as if I could. I'm just going to let you know. Right now it feels like 80, but it's only 77 degrees. And we're looking for a high today of, well, I don't know. They don't say. I guess it's just going to keep going up until we incinerate. But it'll be in the 80s. It's humid, and it is overcast. All right. What else we have? Kathy, good morning. Katie's in Michigan. All right. I'm glad they changed your schedule so you could spend some time with us, Heather. That's okay. We're going to wait for Claire. She'll give us the information. Ah. Okay. Well, your fiance's in Michigan. He's from Michigan. That's why you're in Michigan, I guess. Heather, where are you usually? I mean, not usually. Where did you grow up? What part of the world, country? Okay, your grandma and your grandparents live in Florida. Yes. Do I hear that? If I had a nickel for every grandparent I ran into out here. Well, everyone is a grandparent out here. And they always ask me, do I have any grandchildren? I do not as of yet. My son and daughter-in-law are career bound and they're doing their thing. You know, people wait a little longer these days, I think. I don't know, because I'm really not in that loop so much. I'm in a loop, but it's different. It's kind of, no, not loopy. You know, this guy, I hired him for 1 day, and he's sarcastic. I need a woman in here to straighten his ass out. Okay. You both live in San Antonio. Okay. He came to Texas from Michigan about 12 years ago. Sad fact about me, I've only traveled twice, once to New York and once to Florida. It's not a sad testimony. I love where you are in Texas. San Antonio. Is that where the Riverwalk is? No. So I used to make little stops along the way. I would fly in the summer. And you know that I learned in traveling a lot. I don't fly as much anymore, but I would fly quite a bit. I would fly to California, do meetings, and fly back that night. Yeah, I would have a meeting, have some lunch or dinner, and boom, I'm heading back home. I used to do day trips to LA, to Oakland, to Colorado, Seattle, Washington for the day. Crazy. Oh, that's nice. Well, when I'm in San Antonio at the Riverwalk, I'll be sure to let you guys know so I can buy you a Lone Star. All right, let's see. Katie, do your grandparents live in South Florida? Panhandle, South, Mid, West Coast, East Coast? These are my hands, and they take on a life of their own sometimes. I have to reprimand them. Get down. You too. Okay. They do. I talk with my hands because people would say, well, you were Italian. They used to say that. But as we all know through Ancestry.com, look at me. I'm Irish. You could tell I'm Irish. We were the only kids in the family that burned in the sun, while my cousins turned, well, the color of my desk, a beautiful tan. Well, not tan, beautiful brown. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm not going to show you a picture because there's shit all over it. But, you know, there's glass cleaners, there's Beats headsets, there's headphones, excuse me. There's one-a-day men's empty things I need to, this is a reminder for me when I'm at the store to pick some of these up. And I left it on my desk. I've been to the store 3 times since I probably put these here. I'm crazy. I'm nuts. I'll throw it in that was the trash. Kathy, and you're in hell. Did she say that right? Did she say in need of help or hell? Let me check with my people on this side of the board. What did she say? I'm in hell, and I'm in hell. Aha, you'll come and help me out with whatever I need. Fine, that's the deal then. I have varying needs, just so you know. I mean, at work, I'm a taskmaster. Master? Master. I'm a master. Fort Worth is a lot of fun. Fort Worth. Well, let me ask you, Heather, are you a Dallas Cowboy fan? Or are you a Green Bay Packers fan? Or are you a Detroit Lions fan? Or do you even care about football? Oh, you're in that hell. Of course we know. You need to. Is that music? Oh, this is I'm in hell music. I hope this isn't Kill the Turkeys again. I mean, I love that song, you know. The recording artist is amazing, but okay. Leesburg, and my grandparents lived in Summerfield. Funny story, okay? You kind of have to be a dad because your dad is a diehard fan, and I was born a football Sunday during a Cowboys game. Wow. Well, I've seen many Dallas Cowboy football games. I've seen them in Dallas, and I've seen them in my hometown, Washington, D.C., against my beloved Washington Redskins, who are crap now. But we're about to get a new coach. Rumor has it that the guy from Stanford might come over and coach him. I don't know why he'd want that damn job. He's king in Stanford. Why do you want to come over and have people yell at you? But our leadership needs to change at the top. And sometimes I believe your leadership of your Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, kind of gets in the way of the organization. But I think he just loves doing it. I think Stephen Jones, he's probably the president now, should be running the show. But that's just me, and this is not a sports network. Well, it can be. I love sports. I've been watching Tiger Woods and his team play in the President's Cup down in Australia. They are. Cheese, mate. They're down there. Mm-hmm. They finally put in my notice. Okay. Only a couple of more weeks as far as I know. Okay, well, that's good. So, have you lined up the other place yet? Cup? Come on, Cup. Spill the tea. Do I want to hear kind of? Sure. Interesting story? Please. At least it'll be something interesting that people will hear here today. Go ahead. Let me know. We love interesting stories. Oh, we're still waiting to hear why Striper is working part-time at AT&T. No, he's on the phone with them. That's right. At least the guy standing over here in the corner watching me, scared to death, he remembered that. So what else is happening? Well, in the UK, Claire is going to bring us the report, everyone, when she checks in. They're setting up for after Christmas. Well, it'll be a good New Year's celebration for you. And they'd be, just have them call me for a reference, will you? No kidding. Wait a minute, I was born 1 pound 7 ounces, have 2 different colors. I was also a TV for being small. For being eyes? Oh, 2 different colored eyes. No, hey, what do they call that? Something chromatic deal? What is that called? There's a picture for the is his name Scherzer or something, for the Washington Nationals. I follow from Washington, D.C. I'm living in Florida, still follow some sports. And he has that, autochromatic or something like that. I don't know, I could be saying it wrong. It's amazing. That is a cool look. 2 different color eyes. You heard my story about skiing with my fake, what are they? They didn't affect your vision, but they were for vanity. Of course, I would have done that back in my 30s. Vanity contact lenses. I don't wear them, and I should have them now, but they were vanity only, so they had no real optical purpose other than to look different. And one of them, well, they were both turquoise, so if I wore one and one blue and turquoise, it was quite the conversation piece, for, bar at cocktail hour. Heteromia. Yeah, it's amazing. So you are on the petite side. We are chock full of ladies that are very petite. Kathy is petite also. Mm-hmm. I'm a little, I used to be slender, so now I'm petite. That's what we call it. Everything is relative. Well, we're all relatives, actually. "4'11". Kathy, how tall are you, please? And it's interesting. We have Kathy with a C and Katie with a K. Well, what's weird about that? They're two different names. Yes, I know. But, you know, kind of, and they're both petite. "26 years old and 4'11". So but you have, those are interesting characteristics. Perhaps you would like to be a thumbnail. Today, does anyone know who our thumbnail is today? These are all of our friends who send me via Discord or maydecembersociety@gmail.com or Instagram or text message. They send me photos, so I put, you know, I would use your, and if you had it, we could see the different color eyes, that'd be awesome too. But whatever you want. There's no rules. There are no rules. 5'9", actually. But I don't look that tall. Angela looks tall, you know, when you see her, because she's all legs. But when I stand next to her, I'm tall. She's 7. I'm a couple inches taller than her, but it's my trunk is longer. You know what I mean? But when you see her, you say, "Oh my God, she's so tall." And sometimes I'll pull her in front of the mirror and say, "I got to double check this." And yeah, there I am, same height. But the thing is, you know, I'm getting older and probably shrinking too. But how tall are you, Katie? How tall? 4. Oh, you already told us. Yeah, 4'11". A friend of mine, we were sitting around having some beers after a round of golf, and he was saying, "Geez, look at that." And he still to this day has to, you know, he says, "I know it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. It was so stupid." He said, "That beam over there's got to be 6'12". I said, "Yeah, have another drink. 6'12" is 7 feet, you moron." Anyway, so he's a good guy though. So it's the 6'12" discussion. We're talking heights. You can send yes, you send it through to me, maydecembersociety@gmail.com. You can send it. We are on Instagram, May December Society, and our Discord. You should join Discord. Kathy, explain that, please, and give her the link. That'd be great. Because I know you do it. Even if I asked Claire and she was here, she would lag behind. But she's a mom with 3 kids to look after. So Kathy will fill you in on all of that. It's very interesting. And hetero, is that spelled right? I'm not. I thought it was chromatic in there. There you go. Thank you. We are a well-oiled machine here, Katie. See how the cup put that up for you? You can just click on that and you can join. You may have to be a member of Discord first, but it's free to join. So Discord or Discord. Yes. So as I was saying, we were talking about Dallas and the Dallas Cowboys. Not the Detroit Lions, but the Dallas Cowboys. Well, Heather, right? So Heather, I went to, and I'm old, we know that. I went to a Dallas game when Tom Landry was the coach there. I also saw Jimmy Johnson, and a friend of mine, my best buddy, Bill, who's played the guitar here before for us. He lived all over the country, and I would visit him, and we'd hang out. And we did their stories there that I don't know if I should even tell you them. But we're walking into Dallas Stadium, not the new one now, not Jerry World, the old one. And he says, hey, Joe, we're going to have to get some beer now. I said, well, we'll get some inside. He says, no, it's a dry county. I said, you've got to be joking, at a football game. So we go in there, and I always wondered why everybody sat there and they were just so calm. You know, it's because they didn't have any booze. Jerry bought the team and had the ordinance change, and then, of course, he built his Jerry World. So, little known fact that it was a dry county back in the day. Whitney, hey, Whitney, does anyone know, I'm giving away a clue here, who our thumbnail is for today? When I get a new photo, I do recycle some. I have a photo of, I have several photos of Kathy. We'll be putting, we'll make it Nostalgia Week. We had last week, Angela was on there. Not last week, right? This week, past week. Wednesday. You know, I mean, when the weeks run into months, into years, and that's what happens. Sit down. So, that's exactly what happens. Thank you, Whitney, for your lovely thumbnail. We like to honor our friends with thumbnails. It's not a big deal, I guess, but we need to have a thumbnail that comes out on a t-shirt. I was a Joe Daddy thumbnail. Or I am a Joe Daddy thumbnail. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. I'm a Joe Daddy thumbnail. See, because only those, Selena, I'm using the paper I wrote your name on to make this note, because I'll look at that, because I'm going to tape it on the computer. No, I'm not putting it up on the refrigerator. I'll forget it. I still have old coupons that are 6 months old stuck under Elvis. They're no good. Okay. I'm a Joe Daddy thumbnail. Boy, that would be funny, right? See if I can read my writing when I tell that little story to Angela. I'm a Joe Daddy thumbnail. Yeah, we got to do that. We'll have to work it out. We'll get Angela on that one. Wow. So Whitney, did the person who hit you, they didn't have any insurance? Wow. Well, I tell you, yeah, your insurance company should take care of that for you, but that's, what a shame. They in turn will go after the person's insurance company if they have insurance. Well, you know what? That's insurance company. That's why your insurance company should contact them, and I'll tell you why. When you call for a claim about a claim to an insurance company, conveniently they can't get in touch with him. And do you know why that is? Imagine your accident, which was terrible. We're so glad you're okay. Multiply that by 1,000 accidents, just for easy figuring. And that they're going to have to pay out on 1,000. So the first thing that an insurance company does is they say there's no claim here. Or in this case, we have to reach him. Every day that they can push back reaching him and paying a claim, they are making gazillions of dollars on interest. So they have this pool of money to pay out to people, but it's gaining so much interest. So the longer they can delay, the more interest they make every day. It's a racket. It is a huge racket. And since when do we have to prove that they have insurance or you have insurance? You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's happening in this case to you, but it sounds like it. If they say they haven't heard from the guy who was in the accident and hit you, I mean, come on. I don't trust those. It's a racket. It is a racket. And I'm sure some of you have worked for insurance companies or maybe work for one and understand what I'm talking about. On Instagram, hopefully it worked. Let's take a look-see, shall we? Oh, it feels like 81 degrees now. I'm in the wrong. Okay. I see. Katie Lynn. Are you a photo? Oh, yes, Katie Lynn. Let me see that. There's Katie Lynn. Oh, yes, we can use that. It's Katie Lynn. Oh, can I show people? You got to let me know. I mean, you have to let me know. If you sent it, I guess I can. Katie, another cutie to add to the list. I love that. That's great. Thank you. And now, of course, I have trouble moving it from one place to the other. Katie is sitting in the car. Mm-hmm. I'm catching up on comments. He does it for our senator. Was it? We go through. Oh, Joe withdrew. Oh, you're so sweet. Katie, let me see if Katie. See, it's a reflection. Look at Katie. It's adorable. Katie. I have to do it at an angle. We'll put it up. Don't worry. I'll get it out of here somehow. I'm not always tech savvy, but thank you so much for your lovely photo. Lovely photo. Let's see. Elizabeth loves Texas. We know that. I always had a great time in Texas. Always. I have some stories about that. I probably shouldn't repeat them. Some, though, are really good. And remind me, Kathy, when we meet someday, I'll let you know about those. For his insurance, the police report is not sufficient enough? Oh, you got to be kidding. So he needs to say, yes, that was me in the accident. I mean, the police report would have his information, and it would list the insurance company. This sounds a little bit odd to me. All right, Striper, please, we want you to get those photographs taken care of. See that now, if we do Joe Libs or Mad Libs sort of thing, sorry guys, I'm getting technical support because my vacation pictures won't back up. I'm still getting help. The police report apparently isn't sufficient enough for his insurance. See, those are two different thoughts. And you could actually make those sentences work together. There is never a dull moment. Well, maybe some dull moment here. Yes. Thanks, man. Hey. Thanks, man. Yes, sir. You're welcome. Striper and I are going to get together soon. Hey, Striper, I also would like to know some information about your friend and how things are going in that regard. Whether I'm just showing up or Angela's coming with me. You know, because a couple guys like us, we might be busy at the bar, you know what I mean? Yes, please talk to someone, Whitney. You need to get that thing cleared up. And also, your insurance company should, you know, try to reach them. Katie, you sent a baby picture also. When you were a baby, a little baby, you were. Oh, oh, so tiny. Oh. Thank you so much for sharing. We will not be using those, but I appreciate that. Very often people send me photos when they were little babies. It's very funny to see. It's not funny. It's, you know, it's just, it's interesting to see how. I have a photo I should put up of myself when I was just a little, well, I was just, yeah. In the old days, you know, in the black and white photo days, they used to do this thing. They would take a wingback chair. I guess it didn't have to be, but in my case, it was a wingback chair. They put a sheet over it, and they tuck a naked baby's feet in between the cushion and the back of the chair. And then you're like this, a naked baby. So if I show that, it's respectful, and we're not doing anything ridiculous, but it's just a photo of a little baby. You know? I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It was back in the old days. Very adorable. Oh, well, let's see. I've got someone sent me a Skype message. Who? Which, by the way, you can reach me on Skype, but rather than broadcasting how to do that, if you send a message to me, identify yourself. I will give you my Skype connection. How would we do that? Kathy. Okay, let's see. Yes, but what is... Sarah, are you on live? Sorry, I'm getting a little business out of the way here. Okay, I took care of that. I did. Some of us, as you know, some of us here are actually doing other things. No, nothing like that. We got to get some photos up. We've got to get some shirts out. We've got to get... Why, I'm thinking of getting my brand of coffee for all of you. Joe Daddy Coffee. Good to the last drop. Someone used that already, but I'll come up with something else. Once it hits your lips, well, you'll want more. I don't know. I don't know if you could do that one. That'd be kind of odd, wouldn't it? When this coffee hits your lips, you'll be wanting more. Oh, or we can have Kathy on the cover of the coffee container because she has a very interesting quality about her, and I'll let her tell you because I'm not going to do that. Because when that coffee touches your tongue, well, okay. Whitney, you taking off? Oh. You have a great day, Whitney. Have a wonderful day at work. Call that insurance company. Meet with these people. Get them moving. Did you get a new car yet, or you have a rental car while this is all being sorted out? I'm sorry I'm catching up late. I can chat with you when I see you on Discord or send me a message. But have a great day. Have a wonderful day. And be careful out there, okay? You always have to be, I know it's not your fault, but you gotta drive defensively. Not to the point that you're gripped, but just be aware. Use those mirrors. Of course, that one, the guy hit you right. Okay, hon. Have a great day. No rental car, no new. Ah, okay, well. I was in the garage this morning, and I did not notice extra vehicles here, or I'd certainly loan you one. There you go. How am I going to say this delicately? Well, the girl's got skills, all right? So anyway, we could somehow, like I mean, your face is lovely, Kathy, we could use that, but we'd want to, like, incorporate, like, Angela could draw this, you know? Like the backdrop for the cup of coffee is this huge tongue. It's just sitting on a huge tongue. Ah. As it reaches for the buds. Saren. Happy Joe. Friday, Daddy. Fry Daddy. Yes. Thank you. It's good to see you, Saren. I did respond to your message, but I am remiss. I'm not a myth. I'm remister because I got to you late, and I am sad about that. We'll catch up soon, okay? Promises. Maybe the next few days or so, something, you know. I'd like to do that. So let's see where else. We have a plethora, a cornucopia. Is that it? We got a lot of people on here today. It's really good. I know. Don't dive too deeply into your. Well, I have written things before, and well, nowhere's it's fun. Yes, I know, but I don't like to miss you when you reach out and touch somebody who. We have our violinist, our violin teacher, our violin students, and also, who did we learn that also plays the violin? Was it Elizabeth? Wait, no. Kathy, Saren. Well, I don't know. I've forgotten. I have to write so much shit on this paper because I cannot remember anymore. Well, I'm lucky to remember which side of the house this office is located on. Do any of you play any? I know a lot of you are gamers because you're of the gamer age. I am not. Those are my thumbs going. They're attached to my hands, as you know, and they just have a mind of their own. So I started playing because boredom, and Angela's always playing games in there. Not that reason, but playing these slot machine games because I love casinos and I like to play slots. I'll stay in Vegas up all night just playing slots. It used to be dollar slots back when I was when I could. Now it would be penny slots, it would be, but it's okay. I have no regrets. A few, but then again, what's the line? What's the line to that? Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, I got it here. I'm going to send it up as soon as somebody puts it up. Heather, you played the violin in the fifth grade through 11th. Heather, I have a story. Do you know that about me? Okay, so two for you to mention. Did I spend that? So did I use the right two for that? Anyway, Heather, I and everyone knows this, I too fancied the string instruments. When I was probably in the 5th grade, well, I took the violin, let's say from the 5th grade. If it started at the beginning of the year, from the 5th grade for 1 month. Because the only reason why I took the violin, see if anyone follows me. I'm going to put up why I took, I'm not going to put it up. Someone who, we'll see if they're listening to me, which they probably are not, and in which case I will answer this for you. But why did I take the violin? Who's going to tell me that? And then we'll get to the rest of the story. Heather, we'll do that. Okay, but I'll just put it out there. And if anyone knows, and if they say, no, why did you take the violin? If we don't hear it in a few minutes, I'll let you know. The violin's a great, I love, you know, and I'd love to be able to sit on that first chair in an orchestra. I actually have done that. There were no musicians around, but I got out there and I sat in the first chair. That was many years later when I was actually performing on stage and there was an orchestra behind me, and so I had the opportunity to sit in the first chair. And someone came in the theater and said, hey Joe, what are you doing? I'm mentally practicing first chair violin. So that's me. Okay. Yes, Saren is right. Saren follows. Heather, I thought the case looked very cool. I saw kids carrying it, so, oh, I gotta have one of those. So I pleaded with my parents, let me take the violin once I discovered what was inside. So they did. You know, maybe we have a prodigal musician or something. Maybe there's something that dawned on him. God knows, they used to say things like that in those days because, you know, that meant something to them. God knows what this boy's thinking about, but damn it, if he's that talented, let's get him one. So I had it for a month. And I took it out maybe once or twice. I went to class. I didn't know. But I liked the cool looking case. Maybe I was supposed to be a mobster or something. I don't know. Thank you for remembering, Saren, for paying attention, darling. Yes. That is why I got the case. Did I ever tell you the time we were walking home from school? And I was just walking, blah, blah, and some, you know, one of these bully kids was walking behind me, you know, and just, you know how they would do to the littler kids. They'd kind of come and hit the back of their head. Well, he hit me and I fell down. You know, hit the back of the head. And, you know, I don't know if I was crying or not, but I have a sister 6 years older than me. She put a book bag upside his head and he went down and was really crying. Don't you ever touch my brother again. I keep her around for muscle. Yes. There is Kristen. Kristen's here. Kristen, for those of you that do not know, has her own YouTube channel, Kristen Live. So make sure you tune in to Kristen. She's delightfully charming, adorable, and she's telling me, I'm doing this promo for her because she's going to give me a trying on bikinis episode because, you know, she tries on clothes that people send her and, you know, does that kind of thing. So there you go, Kristen. You have it. Kristen lives in the panhandle of Florida. No, it's not where people sit on the corner with their hands out. No, that's not the panhandle. It's because it looks like, you know, a panhandle. Does it? Don't know, really. But anyway. Yes, thank you, Sarah. They do look very cool. Kathy, you know, Kathy, when I first met you on Skype, I knew you would do that. And I know that Carrie better not get out of line. Oh, my goodness. I mean, because you are charmingly assertive. So you got to get that in motion on this job. And I think you're doing that to get your butt out of there. Okay, you're fine, but out of there. I mean, I have to use these adjectives for those of you who are just visiting for the first time, everyone expects those. I punched a kid on the bus. Oh, man. That's funny. Kathy's crazy. They piss me off. Hey, no, I get it. I get it. Case, Angela would be that way. Just from driving with her, riding with, I'm driving, as I like to call it, driving Miss Lazy. So I'm driving her, and someone will just cut in. You know, I see them. I see people around me in the periphery. I know what they're doing. Somebody's coming over, moving in. There's a line of traffic. There's no rush for me to get the top of the line. There's no rush. I'm moving along. So I slow down a little bit. He cut you off. Really? I mean, just chill. Cutting off is like this, you know, where you can almost hit them. But somebody puts their signal on and moves in. Yeah, you know, relax. We live in Florida. You know, when I lived in New York City, a light would change. And soon as the light changes, the people 3 cars back is laying on the horn. To the point where they give out citations if you are blowing the horn. And believe it or not, it did quiet down in New York for a while. I don't know if it's still that way. In Florida, you know, you're behind people in line. And a long line in Florida is maybe 3 cars. That's it. But you'll see somebody up front. The light changes, and you'll see someone sitting there like this. And you know that they're old. And they're sitting there like this. Oh, it's green, I guess. So, and no one blows the horn. Yeah, okay, well, they'll get to it. I mean, what do they have to do? The doctor's office will be full anyway. You know, I mean, come on. That's me, though, okay? Look, I'm of that age, too. I told you, my friend and I were out playing golf. It's really pissed me off. He's 48. We're playing golf. This was a while ago, a couple months ago. And some people in front of us, we're getting to the 9th hole. We want to get in there and get something to eat. And an older gentleman and his wife, I guess wife, are playing golf, and they're taking their time, getting out of the cart and hitting their shots, having a wonderful time. Oblivious, I might add. I do have patience, but oblivious. Not as much on the golf course. Oblivious to what's going on behind them. The guy's standing in there waiting, you know. And I'm like, Jesus, these old people, what? And my friend, Mark, my dear friend, turns to me in the cart. We're riding together. He says, Joe, they're probably your age. Oh, you fool. Yes, and that was mean, wasn't it? I said, do I move that slow? No, of course you don't move that slow. But I'm just saying. Well, say it to someone else. Okay. All right, let me get back here. I'm sorry. I will never drive in New York. My best friend's brother drives, though. Hoops, press, and fast. Hold on. Okay, hold on. He drove the whole time, and it scared me for life. They're crazy in New York. Well, I think I'm a good driver. I drove in New York for years. My car was parked in the apartment, and I most of the time would take taxis, or I'd walk. Or I'd take the subway. I'd walk up to the subway and take the subway. But when I drove in New York, I figured out the secret. And it's so true. I could drive right in the avenues. You know, the taxi cabs are crazy. You get right behind them and just zoom. Cabs don't hit you because they know, they have a sense of where their car is. And you just move right there. Zoom. It didn't bother me at all. I used to drive in New York plenty. Yeah, so, you know, yeah, exactly. So you know how to do it. Oh, the good old BQE, Brooklyn Queens Expressway. There were potholes at one time so big. I mean, and you're supposed to be moving along. It's a highway, expressway. So big, people just stop. I mean, I saw a Volkswagen disappear in one. I mean, that's exaggeration, but they're huge. You know, the infrastructure in New York. Part of the problem is they can't shut down. They can only do it in the middle of the night when there's less traffic. There's still traffic, but there's less traffic. It's hard to repair things. In Queens. You know, Sarah, my son and his future brother are married now. They went to maybe they were married. I don't know. They went to a film festival and saw Dino Blow in Queens. So it was pretty funny. Well, now I may have misspoken. It could have been Brooklyn. I don't know, but it was fun. So I love New York. I love all the boroughs. But when you visit, you know, when you're living there working, you're in it. I mean, I'd work this show, that show. I'd be doing this, auditioning, doing that. I mean, I was into it, man. I didn't even notice how everything was going, you know, so fast. And then I went to visit. And I'm like, what? I worked here? Because, you know, these people just moving with purpose, And they get a big rap, New Yorkers, and it's not true. Very, very kind people. Very kind people. They just have a purpose and they go and don't because it'd be stupid. It's like, to me, driving in the far left lane of a highway, the passing lane, and doing like 60 when the speed limit is 70. No, you're not supposed to be out there. You're supposed to be in there on the far right so people can go around you because you're driving too slow. The same thing in New York when you're walking. You start walking and people, just tourists, for example, just like, oh, look at that. Oh, man, they get bumped into. So that's where the attitude comes from. You know, and they're like, well, excuse me. Well, get the frick out of the road. You're standing right in the way. I've got to go to work. Yes. It's true, though. Oh, and if you're walking down, you know, the streets are crowded. The sidewalks can be crowded. And you're walking in, let's say, on the west side or wherever, and you're walking along and there's some bodegas, you know, and people, tourists, I say that because it's true, will just, like they're walking right out of a department store in the middle of Kansas, just walk straight out the door. Oh, it's a lovely day, isn't it? Well, they step right out in front of oncoming traffic, which are people walking. People going up the road, they walk on the right side, left side, they walk. It's like traffic. But they just step out of, oh, this is a lovely city. Look, Mommy, at that building. They get pushed up. You have to be cognizant of where you are in New York City. Because for space, the basements are underneath the store, of course. But to get to them, they have these steel covers that open up and you walk down. Sometimes they are not, the steel goes this way and people will walk along. They are not even looking where they're walking, will step and fall in those things. I mean, they put stuff up, but nobody. It's crazy. It's a crazy town, and it's a lot of fun, I think. Oh, the West. Well, come on. I mean, you're up there living large up there on the Hudson. The West Point is beautiful up there. That's gorgeous, West Point. But that's like, it might as well be Stanford University. I mean, it's just so far from what New York City is. But yes, different. So did you know someone at West Point? Striper's back. Okay. Welcome back, Striper. We were concerned we were going to send out the search party for you. Or maybe you'd appear on Unresolved Mysteries. I haven't done Robert Stack in a while. Rocco, Striper, where are you? Are you here? Where are you going? We're federal agents. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, you have to be, you need to be aggressive driving in New York. Oh, I'm sure it's wonderful. It is a beautiful campus. Beautiful. rubbered stack. Well, let's see. I grew up in Maryland, and our hangout was Annapolis, Maryland, and many, many times I was on the campus of the Naval Academy. And when I was in the Navy, we would take those plebes out on our boats and let them play real sailors with us. So we used to do that. So I'm very familiar with military academies and whatnot. They're beautiful. They are beautiful. I was even, when I was in the Navy, I was in communications and all radio work. We had to burn messages. And when I was up in Massachusetts, we went to the Mass Maritime Academy. That is Massachusetts Maritime Academy. So they would have, I guess, merchant sailors and things graduate from there. Or it was really pretty cool. So we would use their facility to burn things. And I'm not sure, I don't think it was Coast Guard. It could have been Coast Guard, but I don't think so. Okay, so let's see the story. Well, Katie, there's actually, I don't know how much they are, but if you scroll down, is it scroll down? Where do we scroll? We scroll down. Daddy sang bass and Mama sang tenor. There you go. There's a, right below my smiling face is, we have a donate button there. We have merchandise available at maydecembershop.com. And at one point, when we would click on maydecembershop.com, a warning would come up. This is not a, we have ordered things there. It's not a problem. But if you like, the name of the company is Teespring, and that may be listed here, / May December Society. And I think there's even, I don't know if we have that up here. We used to have merchandise here. Let me see. I don't want to click on it now because it'll take me out of here. I can pass that along to you, though. I think, Sarah, didn't you recently purchase something there, maybe? I don't know. There's our marketing leaves a lot to be desired. Okay. Her grandfather. Okay, let me see. I can't. You cannot hear. You can't hear me. I have a strong signal. Everyone else okay? I hope so. Oh, her grandfather passed. Okay. My best friend's brother graduated. Okay. Her grandfather passed away from ALS. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is so wonderful. That's a terrific story. Oh, he wanted to. That's why he was able to do it. He was not going to be denied. That's a wonderful story. Hello, Louise, sweetheart. How are you? You're bored at the airport. Where are you off to again? You fun-loving kids. Where are you going? I'm jealous. Why, I wanted to go to New Zealand last week, but I had my commitment here. If I was going to New Zealand, I would take you guys with me. I would broadcast from there because it would be live. Angela and I did go down to see Johnny Versace's place in South Beach. You're bored at the airport, so you're tuning into us to see if I'm less boring. Yes, really. I am less boring than sitting at the airport. Watch out, that man is staring at you, Louise. Be careful. One day, one time at band camp, but I will tell you an airport story. Back when it was in vogue, I was traveling about or doing something, and I was by myself, and I was reading 50 Shades of Grey, and I had just finished it. A lady is sitting across from me, a very nice lady, dressed very smartly, and I'm finished, and I just put it in my. I'm going to put it in my bag, a messenger bag. In New York, we always carried those things because it's so debonair and convenient. So I put it over there, and I glanced up. She looked at me. She said, "So what'd you think of that book?" And without missing a beat, I said, "I don't see what all the fuss is." She looked at me and went, "Okay." Oh, like I'd never been in a dungeon before. Woman, please. You know who you're talking to. I was a transplanted Washingtonian to New York. So, anyway. Well. At the airport. Remember that episode of Seinfeld, any of you? When Kramer and this guy from Texas would wager on the arrival time of flights. The guy asked Kramer, "Where are you off to?" He said, "Oh, nowhere, I'm just here. Watching the flights come and go." He had dropped, I think, Jerry off, and he just hung around. Crazy guy. Yeah, crazy. 50 Shades of Grey, it is. So, never saw the movie, though. I never saw the movie. Heather, you're signing out. Shower, getting ready for the day. We were very fortunate to be here. I'm glad you stopped by, and please do whenever you can. And thank you for contributing. We really appreciate that. We do appreciate it very much. Very, very much. Just catching up, scrolling around. I said scrolling around. I mean, what? No, scrolling around. I know what you're thinking. What was that now? Let's see. Excuse me. It was too few to mention. I don't play any. I'm assuming an instrument, Katie. Oh, you're in the choir. Had a solo and shocked everyone in the 9th grade. That's great. That's terrific. I spent a lot of time in glee clubs and choirs and. So let's see, where are we? Maybe time for Requiem in cello. Have you ever played that, Sarah? Yes, it's lovely. It's soothing. That's not the kind of music you want to listen to while you're in a tanning booth. I don't know, just throw that out there. You know, back in the day before they had spray tans, they used to get in those cocoons. Maybe they still do. I think our president does, to be honest with you. I'm sure he has his own. I don't see him going down the street to go to the tanning salon. Apparently they have different hues now. Oh, you're heading home. It was nice of Heather to be here today. It's nice for Louise to stop in and share her waiting time. Like the waiting room in the doctor's office. I know, the doctor hasn't been here in a while. I think first we should have the masseuse or who's the person that does the waxing? They're playing Christmas music. Oh, isn't that nice? Wish I could play the piano. I used to be able to play a couple things, but like so many, I started playing and okay, I got that figured out. I couldn't get the left hand to work like that, and I was just I think if I started now, it's never too late, I know, but I would be more appreciative of the time. You know, I also would probably be better at the violin now because I do understand, you know, and I can also by ear sometimes pick stuff up. Oh, it's magical. My ear it has like fingers. You put my head down, I can pick things up with it. That's right. I don't think you've played this song, Sarah, and I wouldn't blame you. It sounds a little bit of techno synthetic something or other. Synthesized, I should synthetic. We're not eating this, Jones. So, what's everyone doing this weekend? Kristen is probably doing that bikini video for me, and I appreciate it very much. Oh, while you're walking to the gate. A Moscow mule for me. Oh. See, in some circles, if you say something like that, that means you would be, you know, when I hear mules at the airport, that's what I'm thinking. I tell you a very scary story about a friend. I'm going to say a friend of a friend of a friend I knew once who at the behest of their friend, said, "Dear, would you mind taking these to New York for me, these clothes?" Oh, not at all. They're on a hanger. They're on hangers, several clothes. Yeah, sure, I'll put them in my garment bag. Excuse me. But when she got home and something fell on the garment, you know, I don't know, suitcase or whatever, the crossbar, or what do you call that? The rung that slacks hang on a wooden hanger, broke open, and inside it was drugs. She was none too pleased with her supposed friend. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Who would do something like that? That was many, many, many years ago. And everybody's fine, but I mean, that's scary. Like I was telling you the story about people when I was in the delivery business, just shipping things like that in packages. They still do, of course, you know. Okay, so Striper will be resting up, having a Moscow Mule. Sounds like a drink to me. Let me see if a Moscow Mule is anything like a White Russian, Black Russian. They were always too strong for me. My idea of a cocktail, you know, someone, unless you're drinking straight whiskey, but if you're drinking something that is blended, if it is not mixed properly, just putting more alcohol in it does not make a drink. I hope you agree. If it's something, for example, take a pina colada, for example. I like those when I'm at the beach, maybe it's nice. But it has to be mixed properly. And I'm not real, I mean, I know the frozen ones are okay, but I like them just in a highball glass, they're not frozen. So they have to be mixed perfectly. Putting more rum in it does not make it a good drink necessarily. If I wanted that, I would just drink vodka or something, bourbon. Hi, Joe, I look like your father. That's kind of frightening because there were some times in my life when I wasn't really sure who, you can connect the dots. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Striper, have you run into your friend again who had dinner at your home? I'm going to look this up. I'm not looking that up, Stripe. I'm just checking something out. I know I've heard this before, and I'm going to check it out again. Today I'm getting my, if you want to know what I'm doing, yes, of course, I was right, it is a drink. Oh, and vodka, good. Ooh. A Moscow Mule is a cocktail made with vodka, spicy ginger beer, lime juice garnished with a slice or wedge of lime. It is a type of buck. It is a type of buck. Therefore, sometimes called a vodka buck. Moscow Mule, oh, mama, because it bucks you. It's too many of them, and you're bucked off you're bucked right off of your bar stool. Oh, that's pretty cool. I might have to. That's something I would like. I don't know about the ginger beer, but if it blends well, I would try it. I love the mug they put these in. A nice cold, looks like a pewter mug, you know, with the little dents in the metal. Why don't you show them, Joe? I would, but it's really a Moscow Mule. Give me some. That's what it said there. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to check and see if I'll try one of these days. It's Florida. You can always find a bar. Moscow Mule. Maybe we'll have one of those in honor of Louise someday. I wouldn't want to introduce you as the Moscow Mule herself on stage. I wouldn't do that, but I would say she likes the Moscow Mule. Ah, very good, Striper. Striper, I was concerned about you. The coffee was good. The conversation, I hope, was satisfactory. It's interesting, Louise, I don't remember ever, I mean, mojitos and, but the Moscow Mule, I don't recall ever trying one of those, but the ginger may turn me off, maybe. Although I always like ginger on Gilligan's Island. So maybe, you know. Mm-hmm. You know who would know about those? Kristen, have you ever had a Moscow mule? A Moscow mule? Have you had in my country we have Moscow mules? In my country, Moscow mule. Go to have Moscow mule when you're in my country. Well, dang it, boy, where are you from? Well, visiting. I'm visiting to play pole vault. All right, let's see. I wonder if I stop that, if it affects anything. No, it shouldn't at all. It should not at all. We'll see. No freeze frame. Yes, we have many of shirts and much merchandise, like this lovely mug. I'll autograph it and send it to you, but it really has no significance to May December Society. I don't know if I should mention that. I was going to say my son's university, but he graduated in, my goodness, that was many years ago, 2012. Oh, that reminds me. While I'm thinking of it, let me send him a quick message because I do need to. I don't know how long it would take. Let me say, hey, son. So, I did it. I did it. I did it. You sure haven't. Well, maybe we'll have to try one of those someday together. Maybe after a couple of those, I can video for you the the bikini deal. It's called the Bikini Deal. It's a wonderful story. Well, that's nice, Striper. I'm glad that you're getting along well with her. Striper, did you make any lasting contacts that you'll follow up with on your trip? Oh, no. Man, I hate to hear this. I didn't know this. Did you guys hear? Because one of my favorite actors, he was a bit actor, and then he could carry the role. And in, oh, what was that movie? It was a terrific movie with Nick Cage and Cher about in New York, the baker, right? Was that, oh man, did she win an Academy for that? Anyway, Danny Aiello, he passed away. And he's a very good actor. I always liked him. Nice man. Aww. That's a bit of a sad note, actually. I don't know if you guys know who he is. Just pull up Danny Aiello. You'll know. Moonstruck was the movie. Moonstruck he was in. He was 86 years old. Wow. He worked at Greyhound for a decade before he went into acting. How about that? Interesting. Greyhound, by the way, was a bus. I guess they're still around. One of them is, right? Greyhound or Trailways. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. Very good actor. He was even in The Godfather. He did a little bit in The Godfather. I believe there were, or maybe it was one of the subsequent movies. I remember seeing him. No, he was in it because they went into to take care of Clemenza, and the guy said, "What's this? You're giving me a C note? What are you giving me money for?" "It's from a friend in..." No, I would do the same voice. "It's from a friend in Miami." Oh, so he goes in there, and he's sitting at the bar. Clemenza, remember the portly guy? And no, not Clemenza. It was, oh, the other guy. Damn it. The guy who committed suicide and went to knock over my headphones. It was a guy who, man, I can't remember. And I love the movie. Anyway, so the guy that was in the federal penitentiary, but he was strangled in this bar, and the person who came up behind him was Danny Aiello. He put the wire around him. Anyway, that's old news, but come on, we're not going to play any Christmas carols now. Okay. Kristen says her mom's coming to visit from Montana. Maybe she'll bring the weather. Well, you don't want it that cold, do you? I mean, it would probably be better if you went there because you'd be assured of getting cold weather. She's never seen snow. You know, Angela had never seen snow either. And she went out to a meeting for this job in Denver last year, and it was old crusty snow on the side, but she saw some snow. But she didn't see the beautiful snow coming down when it's majestic. Now, had she gone up into the mountains, not far, actually visible from downtown Denver, she would have been able to walk in some fluffy snow. I look like your father. Luke, I'm not your father. It's cheaper to buy one ticket to come see me. Otherwise, I'm going to buy 3 tickets to take the kids up there. Understood. Oh, understood. 4 tickets. I'm going with you. Yeah. So, okay, I bought my own ticket. So, everyone has plans. It's the holiday season, I guess. Someone asked me the other day, "What are you doing for Christmas?" I said, "I don't know what I do every Christmas. Watching football, nothing." Yeah, I think Christmas is for kids, and I'm all happy about that. The commercial holiday of Christmas is great, you know. So, you know, that's cool. That's good. It's good for the children. Oh, yes, so you always leave me out. Leave me standing there in the cold. You just leave me out. You leave me alone. Drink a hot toddy. Ooh, yeah, that's right. I like hotties. Hotties. Well, if you spell it H-O-D-D-I-E-S, it combines that of the female form and also the beverage, so it's a hottie. We've started a new word again. Someone needs to put that. I think Kathy will like that word too. A hottie, H-O-D-D-I-E. Joe's Hotties. You can drink them up and they're gorgeous. Joe Daddy's Hotties. Okay, so, well, that sounds like a fun time. How long has it been since your mother has visited you? Even better. I'm trying to figure this out. Drinking hot toddies with a hottie. Now I'm missing this. Let me see if I can figure out, if I can wrap my head around this. Oh, last May, yes. Well, I'm sure. I know, of course, it will be more festive, and that's great. It's good that she's coming back. Drinking hot toddies with a hottie. No, of course, very sad times. So, what is that word? I'm trying. Shrink. Are you sure you typed that correctly? You sure it's not drinks? Drink him. I don't know. It'd be a hottie with you, of course. Hottie, hottie, hottie. Hottie, 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 hot. Okay, thank you. Jesus, it's like me trying to speak Welsh. Everyone seems to get a kick out of my Welsh. Welsh. Because it's all consonants thrown together. It's like, and I'm so sorry we haven't seen Claire yet today. I hope she shows up in the next 20, 25, 30 minutes, because I wanted to talk to her about the election over there in the UK. Not just the UK. I guess it was. It was in the UK. And that encompasses, of course, our lovely Welsh lassie, and Scotland on the other end of the island. It's a united kingdom, and apparently they're going to be united by themselves. The European Union. It's a European Union. We could write a song about that. It's like what pumped into my head musically was Philadelphia Freedom, but European Union, you see, to the tune of Philadelphia Freedom. Hey, this is live. You don't get this kind of programming just anywhere. No, you do here. It's kind of anything goes. Ah, another good song. Good show. Do you remember that show? Guess not, then, right? I was once. I played Charlie Brown once, and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. I was doing my first television interview, and it was one of those places where you have water, and you're sitting there, and you're drinking your water, and you're like, you're like a semi-celebrity because you're on telly, and it was a segment. The Bernie Harrison show is what it was called in Washington, D.C. So everybody's watching me to say, oh my goodness, it's going to be live. Well, that's not a good thing with Joe. So I'm supposed to be promoting You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and the wonderful cast around me and all of that. And I did that. But then the host asked me, he said, you must be thrilled to be playing Charlie Brown and Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. Are you a fan? And you just can't. I learned a lesson, sort of. But I said, that's funny you should ask that. I'm really not a fan of Peanuts characters in those cartoons. And I don't like them at all, but I love playing Charlie Brown. So I heard this thud off camera. It was my director, who was also promoting the thing. It's like her purse or something fell. She goes, what? And I'd see her off. She's going like this. I got to recover. No, I'm in this show, but I don't like I just don't like Peanuts. I just don't like it. But I do like the show and being Charlie Brown. It was hilarious. Well, I don't know what you sent her. I mean, she could be out getting batteries or something. You know. Hello, Shadow. I'll pass along your good mornings to Angela when she awakes. Angela goes to work today at, I think, the old time, 1 p.m. Yesterday we had a day off, and when she did, you know, I'm apparently always off, and we went out and did a couple things together about town. Maybe she went down to the customs office. Yes, we have a package here for... Would you please step inside this room with that gentleman? Can you imagine? Claire is like you, Kathy, in that she would go, I'm not going anywhere with you. Why should I? Well, let's see. Yesterday, what was I doing? Angela and I were going to play golf yesterday, actually. The one day she adjusts her schedule for everything to work out. And we were looking forward to that. It rained all day. It never rains all day here. It rained all day. It was just... And we haven't played it in a couple of years, and it's not the game that you want to go out and be slushing around on the wet grass and the mud and the... No. So we didn't go. We'll go another time. Another 3 years, we'll try it. So if you ever come through and want to play golf, let me know. And we do play, if you have swung a club before, is helpful. But if not, we'll go to a driving range and just, you know, whack around some balls. Then I'll give you a lesson, free of charge. I cannot, though, be responsible for what happens after we have Moscow mules. Good mornings, Joe Daddy, Anna Bowers. Anna Bowers is in the house. Anna, how's the weather near you? Or by you? Nearby you? Around you? So do any of you play those slot machine games on the computer? One game, I mean, some of these games are so... I was playing on a couple different ones, and I said, you know, I'm tired of this. I'm just going to run out of money. And they jump right in. Here, you have some more. They just want to keep you around. Another one does not do that, and I got up to $1 billion. I know that people get up to multi-billions, but I did that in a day. So it tells you how easy that game was. And I realized they are just, so sometimes for fun, I get down to maybe $20,000 and work my way up from 20,000 back up to $500,000 or something like that. And it's fun to do that because some of the games are they just give you money so easily. But it's thrilling to win. I love slot machines. I love them in Vegas. I love them in Atlantic City. I've had so much fun with them because you can pace yourself. I like table games too, blackjack, roulette, craps. I'll shoot sometimes, but I don't go there anymore. 54 and sunny. Well, it's a sunny 54 degrees, I guess, in the refrigerator here, but that's a little chilly for us. It is. Let's check the weather. Let's go to our weatherman or weatherwoman or weather person. It feels like 81 degrees. It is partly cloudy. The real feel in the shade is 79. And it's funny, it feels like 81, but it's only going up to 80. The actual temperature is 78, so I guess we're going for a high today of about 81, and it'll feel like 85. How's the weather up near you, Kristen? Is it still cool? You know, I'm going to be here. Did we just discuss this about an hour ago, Kathy? On well, the 20th is, of course, we know, a Friday. I've got an 11:30 a.m. appointment on the 17th and one on the 27th, a day after Kwanzaa, because you know I do all of the holidays myself. Hanukkah on the 23rd, Christmas Eve's the 24th, Christmas Day, just love it. And Kwanzaa is one of my good ones. Christmas might as well be Kwanzaa. I don't really follow anything other than what they're telling me in the local malls, what time of year it is. Or when my neighbors start putting up lights around Halloween for Christmas. Interesting. And there are no children, no little kids in this neighborhood. That's always funny. Okay. Striper, you got to take a shower. Be right back. Let me see. If I was leaving here at 12:15 and I went in the shower now, I'd be in the shower for a little while. A quick shower I could get out of with in maybe about 15 minutes. What does that say about me? I don't know. You know, in the Navy, incidentally, I don't know if you know this, on shipboard, when a little bit of Navy story time. When we would pull into port in some faraway port, some exotic port of call, where the women, the natives, are just out there waving palms at you. Oh, okay, you got it. This is kind of like Mutiny on the Bounty, actually. Picture that. Mel Gibson there. No, anyway. Grass skirts. No. Actually, forget the girls. When we pull into port and we shift our water to the shore water, when we take a shower, it is called a Hollywood. Because it's like being in Hollywood. You don't have to get out of the shower in 5 minutes. You know, you can just... When you're at sea, you have to mind your water. When you mind your water, it means somebody is turning theirs on because it could scold you in the next stall. So we always say, mind your water, boom. Okay, these are the old days. I don't know, the ships are better now, but, you know, mind your water. But the ship has its own freshwater plant. So, or not, or it's just they're storing fresh water in the tanks. So when we're at sea, we take a Navy shower, which is you get in there, you have this thing, a chain you pull. So you stand under there, you go, you maybe hit it once to see what the temperature is. You get in, you go, boo, and let it go, and it shuts off automatically. Then you soap all down. You soap all down. All over. You soap. And then, boom, you let it go again, and you let over a couple, and you're out of there. Now, if you stay in there, as I would want to do, and I hear, Leo, I saw you in the shower. Get the hell out of there. What the hell's the matter? You know, I'd abuse the rules a little bit because I like a lengthy shower. But you cannot complain about the pressure. Oh my God, it was great. That was sound effects. Like Niagara Falls. You know, and slowly you turn. I'm just freestyling here, folks, so give me a minute. Anna, I'm so happy that you're here. You just woke up. Wait a minute. Are you in Florida? You can't be in Florida, 54 degrees. So what you're doing this weekend? You know, football is me, really. And now there's golf because of the President's Cup down in in Aussie land. It's down in Australia. Cheese mates. Thank you. That's a nod to Alex Uchida. Or is it Lillian? I haven't seen Lillian in a long time either. Cheese mites. You're in Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas. Well, you know, we're just talking. Was it in Austin? No, in San Antonio, Texas. Where are you in Texas, Anna? You don't have to be specific. I mean, we don't need addresses, of course. We just want to know in what area of Texas. You know, Texas is very big. It's a big place. Well, you take us into the shower with you, but you don't put the camera on. I mean, what good is that? I mean, I could say that when I'm driving down the road. Well, not really. Oh, wait. Louise chimes in because flying seriously sucks. Yes, it is. And not because your arms get tired, I know, dear. It's the wait. Hurry up and wait. I was having a conversation yesterday with someone and remembering the days when they would hold the plane for you. You're coming down. Oh, we have 2 more passengers, please, Captain. Hang on a minute. Doesn't happen anymore. Near Fort Worth. I like Fort Worth. Dallas-Fort Worth area. I like that. I've had some wonderful times in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and Plano, Texas, also to be specific, to specify a town, Plano. When in my youth, let's call it 30s, let's call it late 20s. Yeah, okay, we'll try that. I'd visit my friend in Texas, and we were always shocked. We tried to find a girl who was not attractive, driving a pickup. And for the life of us, we couldn't find one. We'd pull up alongside, beep, and she'd turn around. Hi, man, this state, we love that state. Texas. Beautiful women. Beautiful women. And I must say that I have met a couple there before, in my youth. When I first went to Texas, not first, I don't know. I was in Texas once visiting my friend. He said, we've got to go to this new place where they played oldies music, and it became a chain. And then in DC, in the suburbs, they built one, and my sister and I were regulars there because we would dance all the time. Dance. And I've mentioned this before also, when my sister would go to the ladies' room, they would come up and ask me, is that your girlfriend? I said, no, you want to dance? It's my sister. Okay, all right, good. So, great place to dance to the oldies. And does anyone know the name of that place that was in Dallas, in the suburbs of Dallas? Well, I'm old, so here. They don't exist anymore. It was called Studebaker's. You know, they had the old Studebaker out front or in the lobby or something like that. So much fun. I cannot tell you all the fun I had there. Well, they're bigger, and then you wait a while and they're bigger again. I'm not sure what you're referring to. You're talking about the drinks. Listen, let me tell you something here, Kathy. I was at a place called, and you'll know this one, Anna, Billy Bob's. And back in the day, it was a bumpin' jumpin' place, okay? They have a rodeo in the middle of the place. They have bars all around. It was kind of like Dave and Buster's on steroids with a rodeo in the middle of a real rodeo. At one end, they'll have one band playing, and you walk as that band is leaving your ear, you're out of range. The other band on the other side of the building is coming into sound. So you can have two bands, full bands playing, and stand in the middle, and you can't really, I mean, who can, that's a big place that has multiple bands playing. Billy Bob's, lots of fun. Man, it's a tourist trap. It was at one time, but it was a blast. I mean, there were locals there. It was the place to go. Billy Bob's. You knew the second you saw one, yes, is everything always bigger? Well, they're bigger, but you don't get lost in them now, you hear? All right. Yes, you made a comment like that. You were looking for something salacious, and I don't have anything really salacious because I'm not going to talk about that here, for fear that someone who knows me, wait a minute, Joe, they all know you, might report that I was there. It's a fun time. I am kidding you. Yes, Billy Bob's we used to go to the stockyards too, but I don't think Billy Bob's was there. I need someone, a local from Texas, to tell me. I could look it up online. Billy Bob's, see if Billy Bob's is there. And it was probably giant to me then, but now it's probably just a little place. But really, at one time it was. I mean, I was shocked. Having a drink, walking around, getting something to eat. Their video game stuff to play, the big stuff like at Dave and Buster's, I guess. And then, out of nowhere, what's this over here? And, there's grandstands going up around dirt. And the people are getting in there, says rodeo at 7 p.m. And, and they also had mechanical bulls, but they had real bulls. That's no bull. Dad joke thrown in there. I'm telling you, it was a bumpin' time. Oh yeah, when you were at Billy Bob's. And I remember a guy with a cowboy hat. This is a true story. He was fired up on some alcoholic beverage there. He had his hat on, he had his boots, he had his jeans on, and his Western Texas looking shirt. And people were hitting, that how they would hit hit that thing, and it would go up and maybe hit the bell and ring, and I don't know what you get. You get shit, but so boom. So this young man, he's going to show all these ladies standing around exactly how to do it. So he rears back, he's going to hit a couple times, and then he's drunk as hell. He let goes, and he hits and breaks his hand right there. And hardly knew it till you saw that there was something wrong with his hand. He didn't even feel it. They had to get the EMTs or whatever they called them at the time. Over there. What a nut. Okay. Well, that was a Billy Bob's, and it's a fun place. All right, you're making me do it then. I will look it up. Jeez. Damn Billy Bob. Well, are you still over there? I hope so, man. It's probably long gone, to be honest with you. There's a Billy Bob's, I think, in Las Vegas, but it's different. I've been there. Not Billy Bob's. Billy Bob's. You can buy it at Billy Bob's. Iconic, huge country music honky tonk with an indoor rodeo arena. Mechanical bulls and dozens of bars. Hell, if that doesn't mean come on, let's have a good time. There's a meetup getting ready to happen. How about if we have a meetup in the Southwest at Billy Bob's? Damn. That's it. That is what they say. Iconic. So obviously, so many years ago. Huge. Huge is an understatement. Country music honky tonk with an indoor rodeo arena. Mechanical bulls and dozens of bars and some drunk fools. Sounds like the place for us, don't you think? Yep. Striper, now I don't want you trying to overdo on the hitting the thing and hurting your hand. Okay, let me go back now. Oh, there we go. I have I'm becoming a techie somewhat. I have dual thingies to read the comments. Michael Williams, ugh. All right. Michael Williams not having a good time up in here. Well, Billy Bob's is a place to go if you want to have some fun, and oh man, do they have some fun there. But there are many hot spots in the Dallas area. But back in the day, Studebaker's was one of them. That was like, it was a candy store. A candy store, because we would say it's a candy store. I mean, just look at all these beautiful women. Texas is full of beautiful women, and they all want to dance. The other stuff is, optional on whatever, but dancing was mandatory. Of course, I could say the same thing about Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. There's a club called 2001. And us golfers would go there, and you either went to the Dollhouse, which was a gentleman's establishment, or across the street, down the road a piece, not very far you could walk, was called 2001. And that is where tons of women in there, older now, a little older, but tons of women that like to dance, and they shag. And shag has a couple meanings, but the shag dance is like hand dancing, we used to call it back in the day. 2001, it was not a space odyssey. It was a good time, and so was the Dollhouse. But okay, now I've told you about most of my adolescence. No, not really. Actually, I was older then. But if you want to have a good time, just ask me, Joe, I'm going to this town. What can you tell me about it? Well, I'll let you know whether something's jumping or not. I'll tell you where to eat. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Delilah was telling me she was going to St. Louis. I want to tell her where to go to eat there. She probably knows already, but because I think she used to work out there. So, Michael Williams, thanks for stopping in, I think. We're not on Twitch right now. We're going to get on Twitch again later. I keep threatening, so we'll do that. But listen, y'all, I'm going to go get my neck adjusted a little bit, and I will catch y'all on Monday, right? I want everybody to have a safe and a happy, happy, happy weekend. Have a great weekend. And if you're going to do anything that, requires some assistance, make sure you have proper assistance. And always, use protection, whatever you're doing. I'm not talking about carrying a firearm. It's illegal in most states. Surprisingly enough, Angela and I were having that conversation. In Florida, you can carry, you just need a license. You can carry a concealed weapon, but unlike like Las Vegas, where you can carry a revealed weapon on your hip. I think you used to anyway. Maybe Arizona. Maybe they've changed that. But you could carry a weapon. In Florida, you can carry all the weapons you want, but you have to carry it in your handbag or conceal it somewhere. Crazy. This world is crazy. Listen, everyone, really have a great weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening or whatever you're doing. And enjoy it. And I will see you guys on Monday. So have a great, great time. It's the holidays, I'm told. So I wish you all good cheer. And try a Moscow Mule. And very nice that Louise brought that onto our menu. Now we all want to run out and try one. Well, I might not run, but I'll try one. Thank you all very much again.